Jack thought he'd gotten away with it. A playful pat on his female co-worker's backside, and instead of anger, he was met with a surprising smile. His confidence was through the roof. Until he saw his boss's stony expression from across the room. He'd seen everything. The punishment was swift, mandatory overtime. Alone in the silent, empty office hours later, Jack packed up, his earlier smugness long gone. But as he stepped into the hallway, he froze. The sharp crack of a gunshot echoed, and he watched in utter horror as his manager crumpled to the floor, taken out by a cold-blooded hitman. Panic surging, Jack spun around and scrambled back to his desk, fumbling for his phone. His heart sank. With nowhere else to go, Jack dove into the men's bathroom, sliding into a stall. He held his breath. Someone else was in here. Relief washed over him for a split second, until he saw the pair of lifeless feet in the next stall. The killer had already been here. The door creaked open. The hitman was inside. Thinking fast, Jack braced his hands against the walls, hoisted himself up, and slid silently under the partition into the occupied stall, avoiding the victim's body. To hide his feet, he stepped onto the toilet seat. The movement triggered an automatic, roaring flush. It was over. He was dead, but at that exact moment, another sensor went off outside, masking the sound. He had cheated death by a fraction of a second. Barely able to breathe, Jack fled the bathroom, desperately searching for a hiding spot. His phone was charging in a spare meeting room. As he nervously scanned the hall, the killer's eyes locked onto a shred of fabric. Jack's shirt caught in a door jamb. He wasn't alone. Hearing movement, Jack burst into a storage closet. Through the small window in the door, he saw the killer turn his head. Jack ducked away from view, stumbling backward, right into a cold, lifeless body. He stifled a scream. Outside, the cautious hitman started moving toward the closet door. Nowhere to run. This was it. Then, a ringtone. The familiar chime of his own phone, now powered on, echoed down the hall. Distracted, the killer turned to find the source. Seizing the moment, Jack slipped out of the closet and ran, finding the ringing phone. The hitman knew his prey was still close. "Your time is up," he yelled, his voice a threatening boom through the empty building. While the killer searched, Jack dashed into an office. He needed to attract attention now. He tried the smoke alarm. Nothing. It was just for show. With no other choice, he sparked a small fire, frantically waving at the office building across the street. It worked. Someone saw him and pointed. He mimed a phone call against the window. "Call the police." He turned to leave, swinging the door open straight into the chest of the hitman. They stood face to face. But the killer didn't raise his weapon. The fire was now the bigger threat. He had to put it out before the entire world called the cops.